I became aware of Bono and his, at the time it was called Data organization, a few months into the Bush presidency.
They were asking for Bono to have a meeting with Condoleezza Rice.
Good morning.
I said I would present it to her. I myself was a bit skeptical about that.
Jandai Frazier came in and she said, Bono, do you know who that is? And I said, yes, I'm a huge fan of you two. I would love to meet Bono. I think she was a little surprised.
It was very weird for the National Security Advisor to meet a pop star. Bono came talking about the facts. He came with a very substantive policy agenda.
My goal always was to know more than the staff. And Bono, to his great credit, really took to that. He was like, yeah, I'm going to know more than them.
I figured out quite quickly that this was a serious man. He wanted to talk about the commitment of the international community to the AIDS pandemic.
This was 6,000 Africans dying every day of a preventable, treatable disease concerning HIV. But they don't have to.
And he wanted to talk about the possibility of U.S. leadership in taking on that challenge. But we were just going to announce that the president wanted to do a new kind of foreign aid. The idea would be that countries had to demonstrate that they were governing wisely.
She wants that to be the first announcement by President Bush. And they would like that I would turn up at the ribbon cutting.
The night before we were going to announce, Bono said he couldn't do it.
I say to Condi, we have to deal with HIV/AIDS in this announcement. She says, we can't. And she walks over and she closes the door.
I said to him, let's be very clear. We are going to do something for AIDS. You have my word on that. But if you don't show up for this, effectively all bets are off.
And I go, what do you mean? I've said, I'm asking, will you take on a historic AIDS initiative? Promise me.
I was a little annoyed, actually, at the implication that I wouldn't keep my word.
She goes, I promise you. And I put my hand down. I said, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our honored guests for today's event. Treasury Secretary Paul O'Neill, Enrique Iglesias, President, Inter-American Development Bank, Bono, His Eminence, Theodore Cardinal McCarrick, and James Wolfenson, President, World Bank.
People across the world are working to relieve poverty and suffering, and I'm proud of their efforts. I appreciate Bono.
There are isolationist elements at the time, not nearly as significant as they are today, where people say, why in the hell are we going to spend money over in Africa and we got bridge problems here, or road problems in my state?
By offering hope where there is none, by relieving suffering and hunger where there's too much, we will make the world not only safer, but better. Thank you very much.
As unappealing as it was to U2's audience, having their singer hang out with a Republican, it was just as much a bad photo op for them.